What's up, YouTubers? Roughsack here, and as you can tell from the shitty microphone volume and from the background noise, which you may or may not be able to hear, this is a random car commentary, and it's shitty traffic today, and I'm not going to get home in time to do the commentary that I want to do, so I figured, oh well, I'll just do it in the car, fuck it, who cares? So anyways, in the background is either 1 or 2 games of free-for-all. One will be with the Vepper, and if I have room and the commentary is long enough, the other one will be with the Bulldog, which is one of my favourite weapons in the game. And there was a couple little topics that I wanted to talk about, but before I do that, I just want to give a shout out to 13, or at the 13. I'll put his all his info in the description below so you guys can go and check him out. He tried out one of my classes, he gave it a run, he had a pretty good run on this particular map with the Bulldog, and he was looking at making a few changes here or there, which is cool, but I was happy that he tried out my setup and he had a pretty nice little gameplay. So you go over and check out his channel, check out his Twitter, all the links will be below, and I'll even link the actual video that he did, and you can go check him out. Top bloke, does a lot of like live commentaries while he's playing, funny guy, and has some really great stories from when he was in the army. So please go and check out Mr. 13. He is a top bloke. Now, there was 2 or 3 things I want to talk about. One is a failed romantic endeavour that I tried while I was away in Europe. Most of you know that I just came back from Europe recently, and yeah, I tried to do something romantic, sort of backfired on me. And the other thing I want to talk about is the game in particular. I know a lot of people have been putting shit on the game, and I've seen more negative videos than positive videos. I don't really, I don't know, just, I don't understand. Like, okay, I can understand from time to time. I've had a little bit of lag, but you know what? 90% of the time, connection has been great. People complaining that the maps are too big. I'm running around with a shotgun and SMGs and getting fucking what I consider reasonable games, and I play the objective and I play it hard, and I've got some other videos that I'm happy to put up. Me playing the objective, still going positive, capping flags like a beast, and yeah, look, it's how you play the game. I think a lot of people have been sucked into this whole, oh, you have to use assault rifles and maybe sniper rifles and hold down an area. That doesn't work when you play against me. If you hold down an area, I'm going to come for you. And it doesn't matter what line of defense you have, I'll have a perk or have something that will counter it, because any area can be breached pretty much. It's not that hard. The Vepper with rapid fire and silencer in free-for-all is beast. It's almost like having a shotgun. Almost as good as the Bulldog. Not quite as good as the Bulldog. The range is a little bit hard to go by. I can't really judge it. It's I mean, in that setup that I'm using at the moment that you're watching right now, medium range at best is probably the best you're going to get out of it. But it's a great little setup. I think I've got, let me think, I've nearly got all the speed perks on this particular class for this one. I'm pretty sure I'm running Ready Up, I'm running Fast Hands, Agility, and I'm running Marathon, and no steady aim, don't really need it. This hip fire is pretty nice. I've also got Dead Silence. I love running Dead Silence. Everyone's like, oh, Dead Silence is shit because everyone runs Awareness. No, they fucking don't. Not everybody runs Awareness at all. I don't know what planet people have been living on. Maybe if you play Search and Destroy or Search and Rescue, yes, but a lot of other game modes, people don't even know. They don't even notice. Either that or they don't wear headsets and they're just retarded. Look, I don't know. But Dead Silence has been working for me on all my classes, and like I said, people are talking about this being a slower game and lines of sight and all sort of thing. So all my classes that I've built are basically I've built around speed and stealth, and catch those people that are trying to play the game that everyone on YouTube has told them how to play, and a lot of people do it and a lot of people get caught out. The other perk that I run constantly is Blast Shield. People with those stupid little IEDs on the ground everywhere that you can't bloody see. I used to run what is it, sit rep, but I just found that I kept drawing myself towards people's gear, and I'd actually get drawn in there because I knew it was there. Whereas the sit rep I can run with Blast Shield, I can run around and not worry about equipment and stuff like that. Pretty much keeps you pretty safe. So I'll tell you a little bit about this failed romantic endeavour that I went on. It's quite funny. It happened in Nice, which was the first main place that we were staying in when we got to France. And it was, I can't remember what day it was. It was a nice day, actually. But in the morning, my mum and my missus decided they were going to go out and get their nails done and have a bit of a girly day. And me and Dad were going to go for a walk and all this sort of business and go to the pub. We end up going to the pub for a feed afterwards. But me and Dad went to this park that was up on the hill. There was a lot of students there that day. There was some sort of event happening, which was cool. But they had like a disco going up at the top of the hill, and I expected it to be a little bit more quiet and a little bit, I don't know, more serene, but so be it. So I got to the viewpoint at the top, which was pretty high up. The first level was 120 stairs, and the second level up was about the same height, but it wasn't stairs. It was more like little sort of ramps and the odd stair here and there. But it was beautiful. There was like bush, there's a waterfall up there, and you could look over and you could see all of Nice, and it was absolutely stunning. You could see all the way down the beach, down the coast, and I was like, you know what would be really nice? I'm not going to tell my missus, but I'm going to say, I'm going to take you somewhere for sunset. I'm going to bring her here for sunset, and she's going to be blown away. She's going to go, it's so beautiful, you know, we have a little kiss, a little hug, take a photo, do a selfie, all that sort of business. And that was the plan.
I like being.
So I get back after our feed, and I go in and I see her and I say, look, I've got a beautiful, beautiful place I want to take you. We've got to be there for sunset. Sure, she says. So she goes about doing a few different things that she had to do before we went out, some of which probably completely unnecessary at that point in time, but she was determined to do them. So I kept bugging her, come on, let's go. And what happens? Well, sunset soon passes, and then she's ready. And it's sort of late. I would say it was about 7 o'clock. And the sun was down, and I said, look, I'm going to take you to this place anyway, because even at night, it's going to be beautiful. I thought we'd get up there, all the city would be still lit up, you'd still be able to see everything, like, but in lights. It would be pretty spectacular, pretty beautiful, you know? That's what I was thinking. So I get her, and we go for our walk, and we get to the first lot of stairs, and we look up the staircase, and she looks at it, she goes, how many stairs is that? It's 120 stairs. 120 stairs. And she's like, okay, how much further up than that? I said, well, that's sort of halfway. And she didn't look too pleased to begin with. So we trekked up the stairs, and it was a little bit of an effort at that time of the night. You know, we'd already spent a day doing other things and that. And we get up, and she's like, okay, the view is nice from here. I'm like, yeah, but we got to go up to the top. We got to go up to the very top. That's where it's all at. And at this point, before we went up to the top, there were not a lot of people around. There were some people, but there weren't a lot. There would have been like maybe 15 people max at the halfway point. So we make our way up the ramps and up the stairs, and it's quite bushy in that round there. And I noticed that there's not a lot of lights on. I'm thinking that it's strange that they don't light the park up at night. That's sort of weird. Anyway, I'm sort of dragging her along. She's very reluctant at this point. She's like, it's dark, I can't see anything. It was literally dark, like so many feet in front of you, it was really hard to see. And of course there were like little things, creatures in the bushes and stuff rustling around, and she was freaking out, and she was getting quite agitated, talking about how we were going to die and no one would know we were there, which was quite funny. So I get her to the top, and you know, I'll admit I was a little bit scared because it was pretty dark and empty. We got to the top, and the view was spectacular. It was one of the nicest views, nighttime views that I've seen in Europe, and I would highly recommend it. But please wait to the end of the story before you go. Don't just cut off and fly over now and go, because you need to hear the end, because you need to take a precaution before you go up that hill to that park top lookout. So we get up there. Her words are like, yep, the view's great. Get me the fuck out of here before I die. So the romantic plan that I had already died in the arse. So it was now just a matter of getting back down the hill and go for a bite to eat. That was our plan. Go for a pizza, go for a walk along the beach there, and find a place to have a nibble. And yeah, that was the goal. So we're walking back down, and she's hearing noises again, and she's like picking up the pace. Even I picked up the pace. I'm like, okay, let's just get out of here now, because even I'm starting to get freaked out. It was just pitch black. It was unbelievable. So we get back to the halfway point. We go back down the 120 stairs. Now, about halfway down the stairs, so about 75 stairs up, around that 70 stairs, there was a gate. Now, if the park was still open, the gate would be open, wouldn't it?
Man,
well, we get down there and the gate's closed. And I'm thinking, oh, someone's just closed the gate, no big deal, it's not locked. Wrong. Gate was locked. So here we are, in a strange country, locked in a park with no lights. My missus is really freaking out now, and it's just like, this whole thing has completely backfired on me more than you can imagine, which is crazy. She was freaking out hard. She was almost in tears. We spot a couple of French joggers, some young girls, and I try to explain to them what's going on. They spoke a little bit of English. So we called the police because there was nothing they could really do. And the police basically tell us there's nothing they can do. It's out of their jurisdiction. They will transfer us to the Parks Department. Well, common sense says if the parks are closed, probably all the parks people have gone home. And guess what? The phone just rings out. So we're stuck. We have no idea what to do. Now, I probably could have climbed around the fence, but there's no way my missus was going to. They had one of those semicircles with all the spikes and that coming out of it. Young people climb over them all the time. That's fine, you know. That no fear factor. But even I was too scared to try that out. So we're there. The girls can't help us. Another couple comes down behind us, and they were locked in as well. And they couldn't believe the park was closed. Well, the park was closed. We were past the close time. We didn't realise this, but anyway, my fault. They just climbed the fence. My missus is freaking out. And we're like, oh, fuck, what are we going to do? We're going to be stuck here. She's almost breaking down in tears. So, not only has the whole romance thing gone, but it's just, the whole thing is just fucking imploding like craziness. This other couple comes from the stairs on the other side of this gate, this big bloke who I'll always remember. I'll always remember him. He's like my French Hercules. So he's looking at us, and he's talking to his girlfriend. It looked like his girlfriend didn't want him to help. I think she was just worried that he'd hurt himself. He climbs up over the fence onto our side. His girlfriend freaks out more. And me and him are trying to pull this gate. And this is like one of those old metal gates. Like, you know those old cast iron, heavy gates? Gate's probably been there for God knows how long. 100 years maybe. I don't know. It's solid as fucking solid can be solid. And we're trying to work the lock, we're trying to jimmy it, we're trying all sorts of things, and I'm just about giving up. Like, it was hard for me to communicate with him. He didn't speak any English. My missus is on the ground freaking out, thinking that we're going to die in the park. The next day also was supposed to be travelling off to Italy, so it wouldn't have been good if we got stuck in the park because that would have fucked all our plans up. So, me and him try to do it, and I don't know, I'm sort of trying to console my missus, and I just watch him, and he just lifts the gate like 3 or 4 times, like just heaves it up. He pulls the fucking gate out of the locking mechanism. He just ripped it out. I don't know if he broke the lock or what he did, but he just lifted it out like just brute strength. And we just freaked out, and I was just like trying to thank him, and he was like really, like, it's like he didn't care. He was like, it doesn't matter, in French, of course, because he didn't speak English. And I'm like, oh my God, thank God we're out. My missus is carrying on about, why did you bring me here? Carrying on. And part of me wants to laugh because, you know, I didn't really freak out as much as she did. She freaked out, like, totally. And we walk through the gate onto the other side. And as soon as we're on the other side, my missus just sits down and she just starts bawling her eyes out. And, like, she was just so happy that we were out of the park, that we were free. And French people are like, oh, mademoiselle, it's okay. Oh my God, so it was fail. It was total fail. The idea was there, the idea was nice. And if you ever go to Nice, go there for the sunset and go there for the night time, but make sure to check the times on the gate when you go up for what time it closes. Because if he hadn't come to help us, God knows what would have happened that night. It was just absolutely crazy. So yeah, that's my romantic fail story, which I hope you all enjoyed. And yeah, so are you guys enjoying Ghost? I really hope you are. I know a lot of people are finding it boring. Some of my mates aren't enjoying it as much, especially my mate Softsack. He said he's a little bored with the game. I just think Call of Duty is still doing things too samey. I know there's a formula, but they really need to change it up. Like a lot of the, let's face it, a lot of the score streaks, I won't call them kill streaks because they're not, a lot of the score streaks, especially in the assault package, don't do jack. Like, this really is one of the most gun-on-gun Call of Duties that I have played. I don't mind that.
Yeah.
And I run support most of the time, and I try and run stuff that helps the team out.
Oh my God.
Not really stuff for myself. So usually I'm running the big shield guy, whatever he's called, the support dude, the right shield. He's a great distraction in free-for-all. Oh my God. Oh, darling, you don't pull out in front of someone when they're driving, you idiot. He is great, a great distraction. I play the ground jammer, which gets rid of a lot of shit. Sometimes it doesn't do anything but just stuffs up the radar, but it's still an advantage. And the Oracle, love the Oracle. Oh, show me those people through the wall, please. Brilliant piece of kit that is. But it's, yeah, look, I'm enjoying it. There's a few things I could gripe about, but you know what? On the whole, I really like it. And not everyone is liking it, and there's a lot of hate on YouTube, like I said earlier in the video, and I just think it's really unnecessary. People just need to balls up a little bit and just say, okay, this is the game, this is how it is. I can adapt. Why can't you adapt? Why do people want to play the same way they've always played? Isn't that boring? See, to me, that's the problem. People want to play the same way they've always played. And this game does things a little bit differently. Not a lot differently, but a little bit differently. You can adapt to it, change your play style, do things differently. Now, when I say adapt, it doesn't mean just sitting in a corner. A lot of people sit in corners and that. If that's how people want to play, don't get angry about it. Just deal with it.
Don't do that to
But
me.
in both these free-for-all games, you'll see people sitting in corners, and it doesn't achieve much for them in the end because I end up absolutely nailing them. They'll get the odd kill, but you know what? Chances are they'll finish on the bottom of the table. So, too bad for them and better for me. Oh, sorry, sir. I'm just pushing in. Thank you very much. A lot of traffic today, guys. That guy's number plate. Fect. Fect. No, I don't know. So if anyone knows what F-E-C-K-T means, let me know. Put it down in the comments below. But yeah, loving the game. I loved my European vacation. The romantic endeavour failed on me, but that's okay. I'm sure you guys enjoyed that story. Maybe it was boring as shit, let me know. But I was thinking of posting some GTA online missions with friends. If you guys are interested in seeing any of that, let me know. I'm still not sure. It's a hell of a lot of fun. I only started playing yesterday, and it is a lot of fun. I remember on the old days of GTA where you just go around and just cause trouble just to get the cops to chase you, to run away and that. Now you can do that with your friends. It's like 20 times more fun. It's so good. So, yeah, that's could be coming up, guys, if that's something that you want to see. But I know a lot of people are doing all that. A lot of people are doing COD, but I'm still doing that. So that sort of doesn't make any sense. You're going to let me in? Thank you, sir. You're not going to let me in? You are? You are? Thank you. Thank you very much. There we go, somebody let me in. I gave them the wave, gave them the signal. So guys, yes. What else? I want you to check out one more person. Go check out Superpook. She'll be in the description. Check out Dango. They'll be in the description. They're my leaders of the clan. I'm in cahoots with them. And the clan's going quite well, I think. I'm enjoying playing and earning points for that. And I think we're just off level 12 at the moment, which will be pretty cool to unlock that, get a few more little skins or backgrounds or whatever it is that we have to unlock. So anyway, guys, that's all I want to talk to you about today. I'm still stuck in traffic. This has been Rough Sack, and as always, I will catch you guys on the other side.